Hey guys, Level Cap here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Machine Pistol M1912 available for the Assault class in Battlefield 1, coming with the Turning Tides DLC. This is the brand new, fastest firing, highest DPS gun in the game. Step aside Automatico, your days of tyranny are over. Only because this gun has got a 1200 round per minute rate of fire instead of the Automatico's measly 900 rounds per minute. Why balance the Automatico when you can simply replace it? Now, of course, the balance of this weapon isn't quite that simple. It's not just an upgrade to the Automatico, and we'll be getting into the nuances in a little bit. First of all, though, how do you unlock this gun? You have to have the Turning Tides DLC, of course, and then you have to get 50 kills with, surprise, the Automatico M1918 Storm variant, and then you also have to blow up 5 boats with the AT rocket gun. This can actually be done fairly effectively on the new Cape Helles map, either on Operations or on the Conquest Assault game mode, as one team is going to have to take those boats in, and that's a perfect opportunity to try and shoot them with AT rocket guns. It didn't take me all that long. If you focus on it for a while, you should be able to get it done without too much hassle. Now let's pop up the Simthic.com stats and see just what this little demon can do. And there you go, sure enough, 1200 rounds per minute, topping the Automatico's 900 rounds per minute. I can't believe DICE put a weapon like this in the game. It's got the same max damage per shot, which means this easily outclasses the Automatico in close quarters, at least up against one opponent. You'll also notice that it only has 16 rounds per magazine compared to the Automatico's 25. This means that it's going to be very difficult to deal with 2 opponents with 1 mag, and the reload time for this gun is very, very long. So dealing with 2 players is extremely difficult. In fact, you usually have to fire, run away, reload, and then come back. The benefit, though, is that you can usually get the kill when you come back if you survive the reload process. It's insanely powerful, and it leads to a playstyle where if you can, on more chaotic maps, just stay running around really quickly, losing your opponents in houses or buildings while reloading and coming back in for easy kills. The hipfire is in line with most SMGs, so you can hipfire it fairly effectively, and its recoil, although a bit sporadic, is something that you can control with a little bit of practice. So ADS or hipfire, whichever you prefer, this gun can do it, but only in extreme close quarters. With its 350 meter per second muzzle velocity, it's really not going to extend out very far, not to mention the damage drop off goes down to 13.5. You're not going to be able to use this gun at range, big surprise there, but in close quarters it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, which is very much the polar opposite of many of the other guns added in this DLC. We've had machine guns and then other assault weapons that have a huge amount of ammo but very slow rates of fire. So the idea is that if you can get the flank on somebody or sneak up on players who are not going to return fire, you have a lot of ammo to dispatch all of them. This gun is the complete opposite. If you don't sneak up on someone, you can still easily kill them because you have one of the highest, or rather the highest, DPS gun in the game, but you only have enough ammo really to deal with 1 player. I've gotten double kills with 1 mag, and that's usually when players are stacked up on top of each other. It's going to be really hard to dispatch 2 players without needing to reload this gun. And that's how DICE has chosen to balance this weapon. It is, without question, the best gun to have in close quarter combat against 1 other player. 2 other players, though, the Automatico might be a little bit more beneficial, or a shotgun for that matter. The thing that separates this from a shotgun, because you might be thinking, well, 1 shot from a shotgun can kill you, is you have to actually be more accurate with a shotgun. You can miss easily over half your shots with this and still get a kill, where the shotgun has to be relatively dead center in order for you to get that 1-shot kill. So the shotgun's more of a skill weapon than this gun is. And to be perfectly honest, I would rather use a shotgun or the Automatico instead of the M1912. I like the ability to deal with multiple targets. I think that I can sort of aim better and use my skill to make those weapons a bit more effective than the M1912. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't take a critical eye to the way that DICE is implementing certain weapons to this game. This gun to me is sort of like the auto lock-on pistol from the original Titanfall. The gun that everybody had complaints about because it implemented a mechanic in the game that allowed any newbie player to lock onto a skilled player and just kill them instantly. And people, of course, didn't like it. It wasn't that the lock-on pistol was necessarily insanely good compared to other weapons because it had a long lock-on time. It was just that the mechanic behind it was annoying and sort of killed the skill curve of the game. And I feel that's sort of what the M1912 does. It's not a gun that's going to go on a crazy kill spree flank because it just doesn't have enough ammo to do that, but it is a gun that can basically defeat any one player in close quarters, just about regardless of their skill. It's so damn fast firing that even if that other player is like nailing headshots back to back and is just really tearing it up with their amazing skill, this gun's going to say, I don't care about any of that. I'm going to spray you down with my 1200 round per minute rate of fire. So when asking if the weapon is balanced, I would have to say yes, technically, if you're looking at the overall scoreboard or how much damage somebody can do with a single weapon. If you're looking at Battlefield like it's an RTS game, top down, looking at your units, moving across the battlefield and making flanks and getting kills and being effective, then yeah, I would say the M1912 is balanced, but is it a fun or good mechanic that DICE has added to the game? No, I would disagree with that entirely because it reduces that skill curve even more than the Automatico did. And the Automatico is not only the most used weapon in Battlefield because of its insane ease of use, but it's also one of the most complained about weapons in Battlefield. In fact, the next weapon patch is designed almost entirely to try and defeat the balance of the Automatico by upping the DPS of the other SMGs. Will that further balance the M1912 machine pistol? I have a feeling it's still going to serve the exact same function of one insanely easy kill in close quarter combat, and then you have to run away and reload. And that's just how they're balancing this weapon. It's just not a fun mechanic, and I'm really surprised actually that DICE did this, especially with all the negative feedback about Automatico users. Okay, so that's out of the way. Just wanted to make sure that you guys knew I fundamentally disagreed with the entire design philosophy of this weapon. Now, if you actually want to use it and try and be effective with it, how can you do that? The first and most obvious step is to play on close quarter maps. Don't pick a big wide open map like Sinai Desert and run across the desert with this pistol. If you're on Sinai Desert, you want to hang out in the city pretty much exclusively. You're not going to get any other use out of that weapon. Then pick a good sidearm, something that you're really comfortable with and you're confident that you can get follow-up kills with, because you're going to be switching to that sidearm a lot. If two people round the corner, you'll be able to kill one of them with this weapon, and then you're going to have to finish off the second with your sidearm. Again, that's the balance factor of this gun, so just keep that in mind. Pick a strong, comfortable sidearm for you. The next tip is to stay moving when possible. It doesn't always make sense, of course. If you're defending an area or you're defending a choke point, you might just have to hang out in a corner. But if you're in an area that's a little bit more chaotic, use movement to your advantage. You're going to have to move around a lot while reloading. You're going to want to run away from your opponents. You're going to want to be unpredictable. So stay moving, stay hard to hit. This gun has great hipfire accuracy, so you don't necessarily need to slow down an ADS all the time. Just be unpredictable whenever possible. You'll also want to minimize your reload. This is something I had to sort of get used to with this weapon, but when you leave 1 or 2 rounds in the chamber and you don't shoot off every bullet you have, the reload gets exponentially longer because you can put in 1 stripper clip and then you have to individually feed the rest of the bullets. So make sure you shoot off all 16 rounds, otherwise your reload is going to take even longer than it already does. So often I would get a kill, have 1 shot left in the gun, and just shoot that off regardless. I would notice that was there, shoot it, and then go for the reload. It will be faster. Don't worry about wasting your ammo. You don't have time to worry about wasting your ammo. If you actually make it through shooting all of your ammo, then you're on a great kill spree with this weapon more than likely. Also, what worked for me is instead of like burst firing this weapon, just hold mouse button 1. Just commit to whatever attack you're on and then run away and go for the reload. Don't tap fire a little bit and then tap fire a little more. Just full on spray and then reload. So that should make you more effective with this gun. I would recommend not being the guy who uses this weapon. Every time I get killed by this gun, I'm going to be annoyed just because it's a skill-less weapon. It doesn't take a lot of skill to get a kill with this gun, and I get annoyed by that. I get annoyed by firefights that don't result in skilled combat. And I'm disappointed that DICE added this to the game. I think they did balance it to an extent where hopefully not everybody will use it, but I still think there's going to be a decent percentage of people that are all about getting that one easy kill. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.